Welcome to Dirt Secrets, where we dig deep into the stories, strategy, and surprises of building and buying in Central Florida's hottest neighborhoods.
We're Kim and Amanda from Builders Concierge Group, your insiders in the builder world.
From helping builders create custom urban infill projects, even when that means knocking down an old home, to guiding buyers and relocation clients through every step.
We know the dirt, the deals, and the details that turn big dreams into beautiful addresses.
So grab your hard hat
And your coffee.
Let's dig in. Welcome back to Dirt Secrets. I'm Kim.
And I'm Amanda. And today is going to be fun. We're actually going to talk about inventory. We're going to talk about things that you've probably seen online that you like. We're going to talk about homes that we have coming up. We're going to talk about new pocket of a lot of homes we're building in Winter Park, which is pretty freaking exciting. We're going to talk about all kinds of new fun stuff. Probably want to start with what we have available right now. And I would love to talk a little bit about 500 West Hazel. It's such an amazing location and what our challenges are. What is our feedback? It's not a price. So what's our feedback?
Well, I'd love to talk a little too about just general what inventory is. I think everybody has heard the word spec home and you're like, what's spec home? And it's a speculative home that the builder has built, picked out the features and, set a price and, hoping that speaks to the market. And that's one of the things that we help do because we are on site every day. We're in open houses every weekend. We try to guide the builder to the best combination of features and value that will get them the most for their spec home and satisfy, 95, 97% of the market. I mean, that's always our goal. If you have a dream in mind, then you are a build from scratch kind of person. But if you have been looking at some older homes and, just some dissatisfied with some of the energy features or the smart home features, then you're probably a new home buyer, and a spec home is a great way to get a home just as quickly as a resale home, but have all the newest and most modern features and innovations and energy savings, insurance savings. We can tell you the hundreds of benefits of a new construction home.
You probably got a $75,000 swing in difference in price with the same payment just because of insurance, because of new construction and what that will save you for a number of things. We do have an issue here in the state of Florida with insurance and, attorney multipliers and stuff like that. So new construction is for that. And also keeps the critters out of your attic when they do open sale. That's another episode we'll talk about. A lot of benefits.
She's a little obsessed with critters in the attic.
I've dealt with it.
I grew up in the woods, so it doesn't bother me as much.
Well, the insurance companies are too. They chew on wires. They create fire. They chew on wires. Number one house fires is critters in the attic chewing on wires.
And they get up there and party. And oh my
so
goodness,
bad. I've dealt with it.
The parties a raccoon has in an attic is just, it's something no one should see.
And loud. Can hear it too.
Yeah, I have an older home in College Park, and like I think I've said before, I've had 2 new homes and 2 old homes, and I do prefer the new ones, but I'm in an older home now, and I call my my sunroom the raccoon superhighway. Literally, after about 8:00 at night, you just hear them. I'm like, what is that? It's a little scary, but you don't have that in a new home because you have sealed soffits, you have spray foam insulation, and
attic doesn't breathe.
They can't get in there.
Attic, it's energy efficiency. It saves you money. So we talk about that 75,000 swing. It really does save you a lot of money. It makes you feel better in your home. A lot less humidity. Puts a less than 10-degree difference between under attic and under airspace. So when we talk about some new home buyers, this is what we're talking about. When you know. And then we have to design around. If you like the old home, we could probably build one of those as well. We could give that style with the new features and kind of combine both. Yeah. It becomes something. Talking about getting back to 500 West Hazel, we're going to do this a lot.
Beautiful traditional home.
Oh, it's such an amazing location. Walking distance to Edgewater, walking distance to all things College Park. Jazz Fest, which is coming up here soon. Spring Fest. They shut the roads down, put up stages, and we have lots of different jazz bands, like 9 different during Jazz Fest. Spring Fest, I think it's 3 different on one stage. But you're walking distance to all these things, to shopping, restaurants, everything you want to do, and Dub's Dry Golf Course. My personal favorite restaurant, I'll just do a shout out here, the Tap Room. Mondays.
Amazing.
We love it. They're so good. Whatever you eat, you can't go wrong. But you're walking distance from all these amazing things. Why hasn't the whole house sold? Well, sometimes it's a price problem. We talked about that before. So it's very important for us to have these conversations with our builders about price. If you overprice a home, it's sitting there. What does that do to the end number and your end value when you overprice a home?
And same thing on a resale. I mean,
didn't
no
answer
matter
me.
what it is. Oh, I'm sorry. It makes it sit longer.
It costs more money and carry costs.
Yeah, and the yard has to be cut. The pool has to be cleaned. The house has to be touch-up cleaned.
Takes a lot of money out of the profit margins.
It does. And I go through a lot.
And the deals you can get.
I go through a lot of snacks and water, too. Every weekend that thing is open. It's
a lot of time on
It's a lot of time. And so...
So then what do we do? What do we do to solve the problem when it's not a price? And this is not a price problem. This is the best priced home in College Park, new construction.
It is.
We've got a primary on the first floor. There's a small pool we call a spool, but it's a dipping pool. Phenomenal location on an in lot. You get a lot of natural light. It's got the open cell. It's got all the beautiful features. Why are we not selling that home?
Well, the yard feels small because it is a corner lot. And that's one thing we'll talk about sometime when we talk about corner lots is everybody thinks the corner lot's bigger, but your footprint's smaller because you've got a much larger setback. So therefore your yard has to be smaller. Your pool has to be smaller. And so you kind of got to make up for that with fencing, landscaping, and just to
which
create
looks
some
beautiful,
screen.
but the interior becomes smaller.
It does.
It just looks like a nicer. That's why everybody likes a corner lot, but then you've got limitations. It's the yard. We have solved the problem, and now the builder is like listening. Is like, if that they what do we reduce the house to now? I'm like, you don't have a price problem. That's not our issue.
The problem.
This is our feedback. Let's pay attention to what our homeowners are saying. And I think that's the key that gets missed so much. We start doing it's just numbers. It's just price. It's just price.
It's not.
A lot of people are visual. They need to see it. And I don't know what to do after. I don't know how to get the same material after. What is it going to look like? I can't visualize how big the yard's going to be if we don't fix it. So we met with them. We're fixing it. That's coming. If you've still been looking at this particular property and you're seeing this, hopefully it's gone by the time you see this. But if not, we're solving that. We also had to drive the laundry room upstairs on this. So you've got a primary down, laundry up. How do you solve that? So we've solved that as well. We're going to fix that. We have the ability to put a washer dryer on the first floor if it's important. But they've already solved it. In fact, I think it's already there. They just drywalled over it, so which was a mistake. So they're determining some stuff.
Humans build houses.
Yes. Yes, they do. So there are some solutions to all kinds of problems. But at the end of the day, it's not always about price. It's about showing them what it's going to look like. They don't know. They know they don't like that backsplash, but they don't think it can be switched.
There's a reason that big national home builders build 2 or 3 furnished models in every model park.
That's right.
It's because that people are so visual. And when you start looking at the sales numbers of those neighborhoods, 50% of the homes are typically one of the ones they've seen, even though there may be other fantastic floor plans in there.
And staged.
Exactly. So that's the reason that builders build spec homes is that it showcases multiple plans of their product line. And sometimes you have to listen to your customers. A lot of people get in our own head. We're like, we know what we're doing. We're great at this. We're an expert. We build a beautiful home. But if you quit listening to your customers, you're going to lose.
You just said it again. It's communication.
Yeah. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose people if you don't listen. You got to listen to feedback and you're going to take it, logically and without any rancor and say, I appreciate your comments. I'm
going to have to spend more money to save money. That's the key. That's where we get stuck. We have to spend a little bit more to save a lot more. When you solve the problem, you get it off market a lot faster. So you hear things consistently. So it is something we try to help our builders understand. And it's hard to tell them I need you to spend more money. And when you're done with a home, you moved on, you're building a bunch of others. So it's hard. Do want to talk about some inventory. I don't want to get too in the weeds with stuff that are ready now. We just wrote 3 contracts. We're closing out 3 contracts today. 3 offers of negotiation are settled, and we're going to have them all done by the end of the day. And we're working on 2 others. So I think all this inventory better be gone.
And this market, it just shows that this market is still very strong. Once again, I constantly study the data for other submarkets in Florida and Tampa, Jacksonville, Miami. They are not performing like Orlando is. We are still steady. There's still plenty of people that want to move here, and we have so many things. We have arts, we have culture, we have, if you love theme parks, we've got all of them. It's like, I think that's it's a dynamic and growing area. And I think there will continue to be a bigger and bigger need for more new housing. Because people, yes, the suburbs are great. If you live in a self-contained suburb, like a Celebration or something, especially it's fantastic. Yeah. You have everything you need right there. But I think people are coming more and more back to the inner core of the city because they're like less commute time, closer, more family time, more things for my family to do after. And that's
quality of life when you're not driving constantly.
Who wants to be in the car? We don't live in LA, people. Let's keep our commutes to 15 minutes. And I think everybody will be happier. And that's one thing about urban infill is it provides that opportunity to have the new home that you find in the suburb, but the convenience of city living.
Yeah. And quality of life. Less time in the car for sure. So we're going to kind of go back to some more inventory that's coming soon. So it'll be available probably by the time you see this. One of the first ones actually is a builder that we've been working with for a few years. They've been in the market for about four years now. We've been about less than a year. They have a lot of inventory in the ground, about 91 homes in all of Central Florida. That's this area through the West Coast of Central Florida. They're going to be on the show in a couple of weeks. So probably the 7th, 8th, 9th episode, we're going to have a conversation with their very unique business plan. Super cool. But we keep talking about luxury urban infill. Well, that's literally the name of their company. It's Louis. It stands for Luxury Urban Infill. Different dynamic, different business plan, building a phenomenally beautiful home. We have a lot of inventory with them now, coming up with them. In fact, they have so many listings that they have several different listing agents because nobody can do all of them. It's a lot of activity, but they build a great home. We also, we're going on 10 years with Maker in October.
Yep. We're celebrating a decade with one of our builders. They're fun. They love what they do, have such a passion for it. And listen, and it's like they listen to their customers, they listen to their agents, and they're trying really to provide just the best value possible. They're not the most expensive. They're not the cheapest. They try to hit a lot of price points. And so to draw in more customers. And I'm fortunate I get to do the design for them. So that's always fun too. I'm always trying to look for, different trends. You don't want to make a house too trendy. I tell people, I'm like, I want you to move to that house and 5 years, 10 years, 15 years later, if you're still there, I don't want you to look at that backsplash and say, what was I thinking? Or worse yet, why did she let me do that? So, that's the whole process too, is part of what we provide. If you do build a house with us, is, we try to say, let's think carefully about that choice.
Oh no, this is how she says it. That's fine if you want to do that, but don't call me to sell it when you're ready. That's how she tells you that's not a good idea.
I'm trying to be nice.
Don't call me.
But it is, we try to help you make the best choices possible. So when you see our inventory, it's got, it's got a lot of the latest features and benefits, but it also has we try to do kind of timeless design that you can come in and personalize with your furniture and your rugs and your paint colors and things like that. You don't want to pick that really expensive, really crazy backsplash and then,
or take a busy quartz or granite off the wall because then it's just so much. And not that it's not pretty, but less is more. Yeah. And if it has a lot of veining and a lot of deep color, you probably don't want to do that. Yeah. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but that would be our recommendation. So definitely a lot of that kind of stuff. And then when we talk about that classic design, they're doing things like smooth drywall. You're not going to fix that after. You don't want that in your ductwork. You don't want that time out of your home. You don't want to have to, it is very hard to remove texture off the walls
or the ceiling.
Any builders out there that are still putting knockdown on their walls or their ceilings, stop it. Please stop it. It's gone. It looks dated. It's old.
Nobody wants it.
There's no reason not to do just very light orange peel everywhere. We don't have to go to smooth drywall, level 4, level 5. I'm not saying that. Stop the knockdown. It looks like a disease. And don't put it on the exterior either. Yes, I have a strong opinion about this.
Yes, she has.
I've stopped a lot of builders from doing this, but it is extremely important. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. There it is. So they do Maker and Louis are very similar, but very, very different. They do open cells, smooth walls. Louis has a more
of a European feel. If you like those clean lines, If you've ever traveled to some place like Spain or Portugal or South America, you're going to, this design will definitely resonate with you. It's clean, it's timeless, it's very not fussy, very minimalist. And, our maker, we build a little bit more traditional home. It's
transitional.
Yeah, it definitely, but a little bit more traditional as far as like fitting into the neighborhood. You'll drive by there and you're going, is that new? I think that's the great feel. It's like you'll want somebody to look at it and not decide, is it 1 year old or 100 years old? And that's hard to achieve. That's much harder to achieve actually than clean and minimalist because that's
everywhere.
Easy everywhere. Yeah.
It's still beautiful. It's the old
suits
feel with the
tastes.
new, with insurance for new construction. So you're getting both.
Get the best of both worlds.
I'll tell you, the Louis product is resonating big time here.
Yeah,
we're selling
new.
a lot. Everybody loves the, not everybody, some people like the traditional, but the majority are loving that European feel. I think it's something we lacked in this market for a long time. They filled in for
We
us.
did. It's like I always say that, because I do a lot of design to try to keep up with design trends. I always say that Orlando's about 5 years behind Miami and about 10 years behind LA. And we were a little slower to adapt trends, but as more and more people come from different places into this market, you have to meet those needs. You have to meet those wishes. So we do have a lot of wonderful choices. Yeah, we do have a lot of wonderful inventory coming up from all of our builders in all of the downtown zip codes. So you always want to call us because you don't want to put something on the market and have it sit there for 6 months. And people are like, why has it been sitting there? And it's like, well, it started at block.
Why don't we talk about what's going on in Winter Park? What just went up yesterday and what we've named it?
Oh yeah. We have a new neighborhood, Winter Park. It's a great pocket. It's definitely in transition. And you're still in 32789. The streets are beautiful. Some brick, some pavement, but gorgeous canopy of mature trees. And so I think all of these homes are going to slip right into this neighborhood and just really feel like they've been there for a while. But we have 16 home sites in this pocket.
We've already done 8.
Yeah, we've got 8 under
6 more
construction.
we're aware of with other builders in it.
Yep.
It's very much transitioning.
Yeah, we've got 8 under construction. And some of those deliveries will occur as soon as early next year. So that's an area, if you or your clients want to be in that area, you certainly want to reach us out. And in fact, check out our social media because starting next week, we'll start posting some update reels from there.
Instagram, specific.
Yeah, Instagram. We're Instagram.
A little more static on Facebook right now.
I still transfer things to Facebook because I'm an old woman, but I
something for everyone.
But that's where my friends are. I'll say, did you see me on Instagram? And they're like, what's that? I think my granddaughter's on that. I'm like, never mind. Go to Facebook.
There it is.
But there's something for everyone, just like in inventory homes.
There's a transition going on. So 10 years ago, when we started with Maker, it was probably a year or so in, they started talking about the packing district. It literally changed the entire footprint of College Park on the wrong side of the tracks, so to speak, when the Dr. Phillips Foundation donated over 200 acres to create the packing district. Our land's values skyrocketed. And I think that's the only thing ever that the city's put out going, hey, we're about to do all this stuff. If anybody wants to come to the city meeting and say no and, state your reasoning and try to block this, come on in. Nobody did. Everybody said yes, and more yeses. So it really transformed it. And I think what we're doing in these 16 pockets, it's called Winter Park Grove. We have a website for that as well. It's a little more of a landing page, but you got a lot of information, winterparkgrove.com. So it is definitely transitioning. So the city of Winter Park's approved and been through all the city planning and all the stuff and had people, raise their hand if they didn't want it kind of thing. So off of Minnesota, they're not doing tear down rebuilds. I am really hoping, and if anybody at the city of Winter Park's watching this, let us know that you're going to repave that road. Minnesota needs to be repaved. I would love to see some walking places where pedestrian walk zones. This is going to be super walkable to Winter Park to Publix. You can walk to Publix to get your groceries. You can walk and get your nails done. You can walk and get your hair done. There's doctors around there. There's all kinds of stuff that's super walkable in this location. And they're redeveloping a lot of this business. So there's going to be new faces. It's going to look a lot higher end. There is a new building being built. Advent's coming there as well. They're going to have an office buildings there.
They've taken over a good portion of that orange and Princeton, but it's great because they take these older buildings, they beautify the outside of them, and it also creates more jobs.
And now we've got, this is the wrong side of tracks for Winter Park. It's not. And we've already done 8 homes here. We've got 16 more we've got going. We're looking for more land. Call us if you want to sell your home there. And there, we already know FG Schaub just sold one. Laura just sold a home. Laura Earl, about to call her Laura Harris.
Yeah, beautiful.
She just sold a home in there and got over ask. They're doing a phenomenal job. So it is another area that is a good possibility for you to live. That's super convenient, especially if they go to Lake Highland. And we have a lot of people that come to us like, they're driving now and it makes me so nervous. And I don't want them having to cross certain roads and, busyness and going on I-4 and different things, which we all know of why. So it's going to be a great location, and it's going to look completely different, just like the packing district. I mean, they have a Publix and YMCA now. It's been years they've been asking for that. And now they've got the demographic for it that they brought it in. So it's city planning 101, and it's a lot of changes going on. We just got ahead of the game on this. Before it even got approved, we knew it was coming down the pipe.
So if you're over there at the new McLaren dealership shopping around, just take a cut down Miller and see those houses.
And then grab a donut and coffee if you like.
And I guarantee your McLaren will fit in the garage.
Yes, it will. These are true 2-car garages. And that's another point. We've got another client that I just sold a house to because she had to pull her car in the garage. So I was telling her she has a different builder home in Tampa that they were selling, more production, custom kind of guy infill. When you put a 16-foot door in a house with no Corsa block on either side, that's a 1.5 car garage.
It is.
You've got to know that you've got at least a Corsa block on each side. That means you can actually pull 2 cars in and get out of the car. Because right now, if you got 2 cars in, you cannot get out of the car. Well, maybe if it's a smart car.
If it's a little car.
If it's a little car, maybe now it's a little wider. So we make sure our garages are all 2-car garages, by the way. So unless they're tandems, that's sometimes lot specific as well.
And that's the great thing too about a spec house is you could come in and touch it, feel it, use it, operate it, figure out how it goes. Heck, if you want to come take a swim, just give us a heads up, bring your suit, and you can just test out the pool too. But I think that inventory is so important. And man, it's like, I don't know if I will see all that.
I'm going to push you in if that happens.
But I think it's really important that, when you are out looking at homes that you really can see the product in person. It's visual. It's really a little scary to buy a house from paper. I think before anybody that you should at least see one other home that builder has built, and just notice the little details. Notice the fit and finish. Just and sometimes you look at something on paper, and we've been doing this for years, and I'll be like, oh, that looks great, and then we go into framing and we're walking and we're going, that doesn't really work. So that's the whole thing. Is you also that by the time it gets to finish stage with a new plan or inventory, it's been kind of beta tested by the internal staff. And that's another thing that we do, is we walk with our builders, especially if it's a prototype plan, we'll walk. Thank you for the word. I was missing that there.
First time we've ever built it. Prototype.
Yeah. We like to, we'll walk it with them and say, wow, this door should be a little wider, or this door should swing a different direction, or this closet, doesn't have great access. And just finding those little things at that stage is so critical to making that house so much better. Sometimes just the tiniest tweak can make that house just so much better. Yeah. So we invite our builders to say, we'll go to the electrical walks, we'll go to, whatever walk you want us at, to give you feedback and input.
Right. We've been doing this so long, again, over 50 years, that we can actually walk a house in framing. And I'm notorious for making sure every nook and cranny is utilized. Even if it doesn't have a high ceiling, you can stuff behind a closet, you can stuff luggage back in there. It just gives you more space.
She's a secret hoarder, but her house is incredibly tidy because she has.
Oh, I'm Monica. Don't look at my closets. Absolutely don't look at my closets. But there's always a place for everything. It needs to be, as long as it's neat and tidy where I can see it, it keeps my mind from being crazy.
It's true.
I like my storage space.
Organization is critical to every aspect of our lives.
I like my things and I like my storage space. So we try to make that happen in all of our homes as well. And it always becomes, you're like, we don't need that. tie with maker. You don't need that. I'm like, oh, I don't need anything. And I said, but it'll make a difference. And it becomes, I love this. I love this. This is so cool. My kids can hide in there, Harry Potter closet, whatever it is. So it does translate and it is good. Now you're just utilizing all that opportunity that you normally
You're paying
don't
a mortgage on every square foot of it. You might as well use it.
Yeah, that's right. I have a storage for it because that's the worst when you lack storage. We've got another listing in Soto. So we work with a lot of inventory. We've got a single family story home that's going to be going here shortly. In Maitland on a very large lot. You can even add an ADU if you needed it for a separate office, mother-in-law suite. You could not add it. It's not R2 when we talk about zoning and rent it out. And that's not going to be an option. But if you're doing it because you have to, you would go through the city, get a variance. But I already talked to them. They will allow it, but very specific ways they're going to allow it. But if you need that kind of space, and you can even buy them on Amazon and have a concrete pad put down and, drop it in. I mean, it could be super fast.
With the tiny houses. I have to admit, I scroll through them on Amazon all the time. I'm like, oh my goodness, I could put those in my backyard. Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Timing.
It's incredible. I don't know enough about it to talk about, like building to Florida codes or anything. I'm sure there's specific tiny house suppliers that do that. But I think that's, something important is the city has loosened, all the municipalities have loosened up a lot of their rules on ADUs so that because there is a lot more multi-generational living and I think that builders are responding to that too. I think even the structures themselves are becoming a lot more, driving 2 bedrooms down instead of just 1 and things like that make it possible because we're the sandwich generation. We still have kids that we're getting through college and raising. Some of us still have teenagers and that sort of thing. And then we have our parents who are aging and they want to age in place. They don't want to go to a retirement home or they don't want to go to a retirement community.
Can't afford it.
Or they can't afford it, so I think there's we're going to see as the baby boomers age and myself I'm the tail end of the baby boomers, but I think as they age they want to age with family and what could be more wonderful than to think about spending your
finish
more
living
time with
instead
your
of
family.
sitting to die. Yeah, no, it's
More
a big
time with your
difference.
family.
Big difference. So we have homes in Maitland. We have homes in College Park. We have homes in Winter Park and downtown. Oh my God, really good homes downtown, reasonably priced. Another Louis product that's just fantastic. We've got homes in Soto. We have an incredible home on Page Street. We've got one on Brown Street, Blankner Boone. We don't appraise homes based off school districts, but people who want to be in specific school districts just pay more.
It's important.
The value goes up for them.
It's important.
For appraisal purposes, it's not because of the school district, it's because of the surrounding homes around them. And it's one of the best. I know we love Winter Park High as well, but Blankner Boone combination is probably one of the very best in Orlando school districts. We have one on Peel Street that's 3/4 of an acre. This house is 4 bedrooms, has a separate office plus a bonus room.
Cut there a second. It's 1/3 of an acre.
Oh, what did I say?
You said 3/4 of an acre. It's 0.23, 3/4.
No, it's No, it's not.
It's 0.33. But that's not 3/4 of an acre.
No, it's not. It's 0.6 something. Let me show you. Let's just make sure.
All right.
And
I just don't want erroneous information to go out.
No, it's important. So tell them a little bit more about this house because it's got bonus and everything. I'm looking this up right now.
It's such a beautiful home. Every time I walk through it, I just can see myself there. The yard is huge, full, all nicely fenced in. And that's one of those places too, because it's an unincorporated Orange County, right?
It's correct.
Because in an unincorporated Orange County, you have a little bit more leeway on things like ADUs
and lower taxes.
Pergolas. I live in unincorporated Orange County. It's fantastic. And you could do fire pits, pergolas.
0.37. Yes, damn it.
I know it. She hates it when I'm right. I will tell you
anyway, it's huge.
The 3 most beautiful words of the English language are not I love you, it's you are right.
It's close to 1.5 acres. Sorry.
It is. It's a lovely.
It's huge.
A lovely lot though, and that's such a rarity to find in that zip code because once again, most lots are 50s, and so this is something you can spread out. You want to put a soccer net up,
big pool, spa, pitching. My kids did pitching mounds and stuff like that. You could build all kinds of different things. ADU, separate office, man cave.
It is
she shed.
It's an overlooked pocket.
Huge, and it's still Boone, and then it's Pershing K through 8 or Lake Como. Anyway, one of the another really good schools in Soto.
Oh, and it's right around the corner from that great park, the Gatlin Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got tennis courts, pickleball.
Oh my God, people walk through and grab water when they're open.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park, and I didn't realize I was putting signs out last week how very close it is.
Simonton was closer, but it is very, very close.
It is very close.
And it's got less than a mile from the brewery down there, Hourglass.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's really close to the Hourglass district as well. The floor plan is just fun. I'll tell you what I'm having problems with that house. There's no pantry. And it lacks a little bit of cabinetry. So I've had a conversation with the builder about solving it. So we're going to make some adjustments there. Basically, I'm going to get AI, show you what it's going to look like, solve the issue with that we're having there, and then give a number, give them a dollar amount to make it happen. So we get it done in the meantime. So again, it's not always about price. If they still have a problem, they're still not going to pay for it. So we got to fix it. That starts at the beginning with pre-starts too.
It does.
Get us involved up front because we'll tell you.
We're end users on that one.
So we have some great inventory out there. Again, Soda, all your little zip codes around downtown. This is going out to 2027. We're still buying and helping our builders buy land. They do buy at different times. So, it's about their cash flow. Sometimes they're in the buy market, sometimes they're not. So having multiple. And the fun thing too with builders, they're like, you should just work for me. It's like, well, you can't afford just me. We're filling in a virtual space for small to medium builders, not the large ones. Filled. Yeah, just that they need. So we need to do multiple, but we cross sell these homes. So they have different price points. They have different looks. They have different features. I can drive by and almost go, I know who that is. I know who that builder is. And that's an old Silliman home. And that's an old Fred Schaub home and Arlington home, which now he builds the Fred Schaub stuff. Lance. And so there's something for everybody. We can't be all things to everyone, but being able to cross sell and go, this isn't the right house for you, but I have one off market over here that is. So coming into open houses, having conversations, sharing really what you're looking at, even your time frame. Even if this isn't your house today, share your time frame with us so that we can actually look at our inventory list, or some of the agents that work with us can look at this stuff and kind of identify what will fit your needs, what the price point will be, location needs to be. And it's not just, we want to build a house from scratch on our lot. There's other ways to look at this too with inventory. And
we have a builder that'll do that too. But, agents also, like Amanda said, hit us up because not everything's on market. If we did that, you flood the market with a lot of the same builders' information and it's not ready. And people see it online and they're like, oh yeah, I need a house in 30 days. And they call you and you're like, it's going to be 5 months. They're disappointed. Yeah. So we try to keep it a steady flow of it throughout the process. And
we don't put things on until after drywall typically because we're not going to accept change orders. It costs us time. It costs us money. It's not good for anybody. So that's why you might not see it online when it's going to fit your stuff. So in the interest of keeping things short, because that's what we're trying to do here, is come back and talk about other things later and keep these in each episode a little bit smaller. Reach out to us. Again, subscribe, like, share, all the little things that you're supposed to do with this kind of thing. We're on every channel, every aspect. We've already, globally even. So there's a way to get information to us and to call us directly. Again, we're still hyper local here in College Park and work these surrounding zip codes. We'll keep sharing with more stuff that we have coming up. Again, by the time you see this, we might not have some of this inventory, but a lot of it we will. But wait, there's more. So we'll get that going. But thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe. Is that the right way to go for it? And we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks for joining. That's another episode of Dirt Secrets, where we uncover the real stories and strategies behind building and buying in Central Florida.
If you're a builder ready to make your mark with a custom urban infill project, a buyer looking for the perfect home, or someone relocating here for a fresh start, we're here to guide you from blueprint to closing.
Make sure to follow the show on your favorite podcast app so you'd never miss a single secret and to stay ahead of the market.
You can find us at buildersconciergegroup.com or on Instagram and Facebook at Builders Concierge Group, where we share listings, behind-the-scene tours, and sneak peeks of what's coming next.
We'd love to hear from you. Send your questions, your dream home wish list, or your own dirt secret, and we might feature it in a future episode.
Remember, whether you're breaking ground, buying your first home, or finding your Florida forever home,
the right property isn't just built, it's crafted with the right team, the right strategy, and the right connections.
You've been listening to Dirt Secrets, and we'll see you on the next episode.